What is up, everybody? Happy Monday morning. My name is Kyle, and what's up?
How was your weekend there, bud?
What did I do this weekend? Did we do anything? Oh, we played flag football, and we finally had an early game, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I got my whole Saturday, and I think I literally just sat on the couch for the rest of the day and watched.
Hey, that's a good Saturday right there, if you're asking me.
There's some decent college games like Wazoo. Almost shit the bed. I can't believe how highly ranked they are, but yeah, that's about all I had going for me.
If UW wouldn't have blown it, the games that they blew it, it would be such a good Apple Cup because they would probably be like the sixth ranked team and the eighth ranked team playing each other for a chance at the college playoff. But UW sucks.
But the thing is, what sucks for us Washingtonians is UW will probably beat Wazoo, and they're gonna fuck everybody. They should just let them win, just for the sake of Washington and college sports.
Yeah,
but they won't.
Here's what also sucks though, is even if they let them win, they still have to play Bama, and no one's beating Bama.
Yeah, dude, they're way too good. It's
dude,
pointless.
LSU was like, oh, this is the game. LSU's got their number. LSU's this. LSU's that. I turned on because I was gone. I looked at just the ESPN. I'm like, oh, I wonder what the score is. It was 29-zip. I was like, oh,
yeah,
LSU's got them.
Dude, I remember like a couple years ago, it was like the beginning of the season. They were doing like a Big Ten versus SEC like challenge or whatever, and like Wisconsin was like super highly rated, like maybe number 5, and they were playing Alabama. I was like, oh, this would be a great game. It's 28-0, like 5 minutes into the game.
It's just like, that's a problem with college football. Sometimes you think it's going to be a good game, and then next thing you know, it's fucking 35-0 at the end of this like midway second quarter.
The best ending to a college game I've ever seen is when Michigan State blocked Michigan's punt. Was that like last year?
Yeah,
that was sweet.
I have two. The one where it was the Auburn, Alabama. The guy, they went for the 50-yard field goal, and then the Auburn guy caught it like at the back of the end zone, like tiptoed, and then ran.
Yeah.
That was sick. And then my other one was Texas Tech Crabtree. At the buzzer, they threw him like an out route, and instead of going out of bounds, he made like 5, maybe 6 guys a miss. I gotta close these blinds. Like 6 guys a miss. It just keeps getting worse. Like 6 guys miss and score for the win. It was so sick.
Dude, the craziest thing I ever saw in college football, and like I was so mad about the penalty called after it. So I think it was LSU playing, and they were punting, and the punter like dropped the snap, but there was like no pressure on him at all. And so he just ran it in for a 50-yard touchdown.
I've seen that one.
And then they called it back because he taunted at the goal line. Like, well, let the punter taunt.
Dude,
yeah.
Jake Locker did that once in a game so then they had to kick the extra point from like to 50, and they lost the game because he threw the ball in the air.
Fuck.
Hey, Jimbo.
Speaking of gay wads.
Can't hear you
he doesn't even have his stuff set up properly. He's trying to talk. I got a fucking fence, guy. I got a fucking fence, some fucking fences. I'm gonna go fuck the fence boards. Lube up those things. Sliver dick.
Jimmy, you can't hear you, bud.
That's a good one. Yeah, we're waiting for Jimmy, who's apparently never hooked up a microphone before.
He probably has the thing I have right now where I can't see like how to set my.
He probably thinks we're fucking with him. I know you guys are fucking with me. I know it.
Dude, go down to your little thing where it says mute. Click that little arrow at the top. Make sure the right microphone is being.
No, I don't have that little section anymore.
You don't?
Dude, I closed one blind. That's not the right one.
How many blinds you got?
Poor Jimmy here trying to figure out his mic.
Yeah, so while he's figuring that out, so last night I'm sitting on the couch watching that Sunday night game. I hear kind of like a crash upstairs, and then immediately, not like a big crash, just like somebody threw something, and immediately Abel comes down and he's like, the TV's broke, and I'm like, oh fucking A. So I walk up there and just like a spider web crack right in the center of this like.
Oh no!
There he is. Hey Jimbo.
Yo.
You could hear us that whole time?
Yeah, I was on the phone with FanDuel.
Oh, fuck them. Oh, never mind.
Sponsor our show?
Could be cool if they're sponsoring our show. So basically, I go up there and the huge crack in the TV. We have an L couch.
I got the picture.
Yeah, we have a big L couch up there, and Owen is like back in behind it. You know, Owen is, I think he just turned 2. And I was like, who did it? Yeah, there's kind of the picture. There it is.
Do you guys see it? Can you guys see
TV's
it?
completely.
Were they scared of Daddy's wrath?
Well, not they, because I knew it was Abel, but I'm like, who did it? And he tried to fucking blame Owen, even though Owen is in behind the couch, like stuck.
Dude, kids will throw each other under the bus.
Yeah, especially when they learn how to lie and shit, and like, and it's easy sometimes to blame a kid that can't even fucking talk. But I knew it was him. Then I like kind of got, you know, a little more aggressive, like mad, and I was like, "Who did it?" And he raised his hand and said he did. And I didn't spank him or nothing, but I definitely laid into him. And then I figured I was kind of like, well, fuck, what do I do with this assuming that it was just garbage now, but apparently it's only, you know, a couple $100 to change, because it's not the outside of it that's broke like that, it's the inside LCD screen.
It's probably 280. This one was like 280 to fix.
Oh, okay, yeah.
For
so
just
that's
that. Because if yours looks like how mine is, if it's in strips, the way that the TV is set is in like strips. So even if just one thing goes out, the thing that sucks is if one part goes out, you have to replace that strip of LEDs. Yeah. But it looks like your whole strip went out, which is fine because you're gonna.
Yeah, well, it looked like my screen is actually out. For yours, an LED light was out.
Yeah,
But still, but then I'm like, well, fuck. I started looking at them like, to replace the LCD is, you know, a few $100. But then I started thinking, I'm like, well, I paid back in the day like $3,500, $4,000 for this TV. Like, what the fuck? Like, the main part is only $300. Like, I feel like I'm getting the short.
How did he even break it? He just like push it over.
They have like, they weren't Legos, but there were some other like connecting things that made it was probably like a cube like that big, and you can tell he threw it and it hit, you know. He probably didn't even throw it that hard, but it hit on like the corner of the cube and just
like how a cell phone cracks.
Yeah, just shattered it. But I was just like, well, because like it's upstairs, and usually when they're being like rowdy and stuff, we're like go fucking upstairs and watch TV or something like that, you know. And so now we don't have that luxury. So now it's
now you have that dilemma too, where it's like, all right, like you said, that cost you say $4,000 back in the day, 200 whatever to fix it, or you could just go pay 500 now and get like a 65-inch.
Yeah, but you probably not like a 65-inch like nicer Samsung. Like this TV still like today's standards, you know, it's a really nice TV. So I'll probably just I'm not gonna do it tomorrow. I'll just have somebody come out and fix the fucking thing. Gotta pack it somewhere and say, hey, go at it. What's up, Jimmy? You look like you want to talk about gay Fortnite.
No, I am next week. Apparently, I'm going to be speaking in front of a couple hundred students at a high school here that just started an esports program.
That's
pressure's on, dude.
They want me to come out and talk about social media, esports, YouTube.
Yeah, that sucks. Sounds uncomfortable.
They pay any for it?
I'll be all right.
Nah, they don't pay him. You gotta mold the youth, man.
Yeah.
Me and Jimmy, we had a pretty wild squad game today. A little 23 bomb.
We made up.
Hey, did you guys like that video I made? How I pieced it together?
Well, you were wrong. You were all wrong. I was telling Burns this morning. I watched the show, and if you would have rewound 20 more seconds, you would have seen exactly why I got so pissed. Because 20 seconds back, you would have watched me in my own attempt to try to protect them and shoot these guys coming. And
but Burns never really got mad though.
Not that at that moment, Burns wasn't mad, but Burns was dogging me 2 hours straight.
Yeah, I'm sure Burns is.
Yeah,
just
that's the thing that was.
We made up today though.
We're good. And when we communicate and we're positive, we actually do pretty well.
It was just funny though how the next game Burns is like he didn't put one shot on him, and then I go back to your clip and I have you shooting him. That was pretty funny.
I think it's mainly Joker that's the cunt. I think he owes you an apology.
Joker watches. He already apologized, and he watches every one of these. He's gonna be like,
"No, I know. That's right." Because
Kyle would say it to him.
Because Joker,
and I told him I'd get over it. I'd get over it pretty quick. It just
Joker rages a little bit. Be like, come on, man.
When you play for 2 hours straight and you're getting dogged for shit that you're not doing, eventually you're just like, I don't have to sit here and do this. I'll go do something.
It's just
else.
so funny. Like you're fit, but the thing is with in the video, like the one that we posted on the Dude Comedy Twitter, like a lot of people were saying to me.
I noticed that too.
To me, I thought Jimmy was 100% in the right, and that you guys were being fucks. Not you guys, actually, mainly Joker. Not in like a negative. Like he was just. I mean, that's just what you do. Like when you're close with people and you're getting competitive and stuff. Like we talked about on the show. Like flag football, and like I say more shit than I do to Colby than anyone else, because it's kind of like that, like, because we fucking hang out so much, and like that fucking like brother thing where you say shit that you're like normally wouldn't say to the random person.
By the way, we spanked these guys last week.
Oh yeah, it was pretty funny. And a lot of the response to the video was saying like, "Oh, Jimmy's being a baby." The whole time I'm like, God damn, like I wouldn't want to play. Like if somebody says, "Why didn't you do this?" and you literally did that, you called him out and you shot at the guy, and then they're still just like, "No, you did not fucking do it," and you're just like,
"Did I get baited, trolled into reaction?" Sure, but it got to.
You didn't get baited though, because it was serious. You didn't get baited because it wasn't like you guys were just playing. You know, they didn't like. They're not like, let's fucking piss Jimmy off right now. You know, they.
Well, so like,
who knows? Ask Burns. Maybe that's what they're.
I do that when I used to play with Burns. When I used to play with Burns a lot, like we'd play duos. I wouldn't do it on purpose, but I would definitely put us in some pretty bad situations where I'm like, let's go push him.
No, let me say, I'll be the first to say I put us in bad situations. I do.
I'll just give one example. That one time when I was like, these guys are right over.
Oh, that was on purpose. Are you talking about when I just left you?
No, I'm talking about like it was right near Tilted or whatever. We were on top of the hill and they were coming out of Tilted by the clock tower.
Yeah.
I was like, they're right down there, and then they're like behind trees, and you started shooting. I'm like, dude, I wasn't ready.
And the time where I launch padded out of there, but that was on purpose. That was for action to do. But if you
that was funny though.
Yeah. Well, you were pissed. You were hot.
It was funny watching the clip back though.
Yeah, you had to cool down. But if I went and pieced together like 10 hours of us three playing, I mean, there's probably like 130 situations that weren't my fault that I get dogged for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like Burns. Sounds like fucking Burns.
Does he do that to you guys too?
No.
I haven't played the game.
I don't let him do that shit.
There's no more zombies though, so that's good.
Yeah.
Still, I'm retired until they make me better.
I'll probably stream today later, but cool.
I go in just a minute.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, give us something else cool, Jimmy. What else you got going on?
I get to speak to a bunch of students next week. NFL's getting Fortnite skins.
Yeah, they're smart.
Are you guys going to pick one up?
No,
I'm retired. I haven't played in 2 weeks. I just said that.
Bullshit, you're not picking one up. I know Burns is getting a Vikings. I'm a Vikings fan now.
Yep.
Me and Burns made up today, so I'm going to be a Vikings fan.
I adopted him into the Vikings fan family.
Well, it's a good time to like them. They're actually decent again.
Speaking of the weekend, I did the ring shopping this weekend. That was fun.
Oh,
okay,
nice.
So real quick. So
Jimmy's face, that was fun.
Well, it's new to me the way he's approaching it, because it's not going to be a surprise at all, right?
Well, mine wasn't either.
Well, I mean, yeah, she knows it's coming, but she wanted to come with and give me an idea what she wanted.
They're already like that's just not that's not how I usually it's like a complete surprise from the guy picking out the ring and tell her. But so she knows now that sometime in the future you're on one knee.
Yeah, well, that's what they do. Is
but I think that's what you should talk about before.
I think that's more normal now. I'm with you, Jimmy. In the last year, I think it's when it started really shifting, because I've had buddies.
It makes sense because she kind of gets to pick. I mean, you don't let a guy go.
You don't want to like. I just think of it this way. I don't want to go in there and spend $10,000 and then her like want to go get like change.
Well, she doesn't want like a Minnesota Vikings engagement ring. Purple.
But basically, like, it's cool how they're doing it. Like, they went in there. She told them like kind of what she was looking for, the type of diamond, the design she wants, or whatever. And basically,
what is it? Cushion cut, princess cut, what?
No, it's
square,
like a hexagon shape, and then like 3/4 carat diamond.
Are you sure
you
want to do
$10,000?
3/4 carat.
3/4 carat, yeah.
Yeah,
you're dropping $10,000.
Do the math real quick.
Cost like the diamond itself is like $5,000, and then like the
now you know that there's an engagement ring and then a bridal band, right?
Yeah,
that's out too. I don't do that. I mean,
I can't, dude. I still to this day, we've argued about this in the past, way back on the show. I think it's a ripoff. I think the engagement ring should morph into the wedding ring.
I think we all agreed on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we've also talked about that's go ahead, Burns.
What's cool about this place is like she's only gonna like it's the only time she's coming to the store with me pretty much. But what they do now, like on Tuesdays, they're sending us illustrations of it, so she can.
This is getting serious.
See, so they're like making
what about,
it for
what
her?
about your ring?
What?
What about yours?
Burns will probably do what I did. Spend $200 on just the basic little ring that you.
I've got a titanium ring.
That's
Mine's
cool
the tungsten.
Wait, you bought your own ring?
No.
No, I'm asking Colby.
Well, I mean, I picked it out.
Oh, okay.
Told her how much it was, and it was $210.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, because she's like, "What do you like? What do you want?" I'm like, "I don't know. Like, I've never worn a ring." So then I went and looked at a bunch of them, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll just get this one," and just told her.
Yeah,
we actually just, speaking of rings, this weekend we went. Ashley's had to have hers repaired 3 times, and with K Jewelers, if you do that 3 times and they don't fix it right, you get a brand new ring.
Ooh.
So
hell yeah.
we took it in and they were going to give us a brand new one, but apparently that one is no longer in stock. But we know the manager there, and she's given her one that's about $3,000 higher than the one she has. And we're waiting for 2 weeks until there's some kind of special, and then we're going to get an even trade. So she's getting it's like a carat and a half, and we're getting
carat and a half.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
her
she jumps into the pool.
Dude, she's iced up pretty well. I got her diamond earrings.
That is
for her.
No, like when we were looking or whatever, he brought out like the 1 carat, and then he brought out like a 0.6 and like a 0.75. And like she looked at the 1 carat, was like, "I'm gonna drown in this thing," and it's like,
"No, you're good with the size you got. The price, it's supposed to sting." I mean,
let's go.
That's probably going to sting a little bit.
It's a good backup plan when shit goes south. You're like, "Hey, is that ring really that important?"
Well, you'd be like Kyle, and you go get what was it? The ex-girlfriend permission to sell.
Oh
the
yeah,
ring? Yeah.
I put it towards the first one.
Let's peel the onion back for a second here. Now that Burns is going to join the club. We can all agree, though, that this process that we have created where you have to spend an X amount of dollars for something to define love that you already have for this girl is crazy. It's
like a cultural thing.
Crazy.
Though. They want to have like the symbol. They want to show.
You have to. I'm not saying don't. Hey, Burns, you got to be the guy who switches this. Like, you got to.
I don't think that'll go over too well.
How come it's not, instead of a ring, it's not like a tattoo? Like you get to pick the tattoo that goes on her.
Oh, I know.
Because tattoos are forever, dog.
Some people do that. They'll get like
rings and weddings aren't forever anymore, are they?
You know what's so funny is that like she was talking to her, and she's like, I want to buy you like an engagement gift too. And she's like, typically, I was thinking I'd buy you a nice watch, but I don't like wearing watches. So I was like, well, what about an Xbox One X?
Yeah, there you go.
Why not? Why fucking not, dog?
You know what though? You'll remember that Xbox One X more than the watch that you're gonna wear 3 times and throw it in a thing.
I don't like wearing watches.
Turn that on every day.
When do you plan on? Like what vicinity time frame do you plan on?
Probably before Christmas. It takes them 4 weeks. It takes them.
Okay. But next question: when do you think the wedding will be set for?
When do we get our invites?
Probably not this coming summer. Probably the following 2020.
So be engaged for over a year.
Yeah, because she's got to finish grad school and all that stuff. And
third question: when are you going to be a dad?
When am I going to be a dad?
That's why they're rushing it.
I don't know.
Tomorrow.
Is she pregnant? Is she pregnant?
No, dude. No.
Birds?
Nah, dude. She's not.
No, because she seems
Kyle.
She seems very smart, like to not want to get married before grad school.
It doesn't matter about smart, buddy. Sticks it in. Kyle, you think he's lying?
No, she ain't pregnant.
All right.
Probably looks pregnant though.
Question, Jimmy. The fourth question, you got to ask him about us getting invited.
Hey, you guys coming? You guys want to be the ushers?
Fuck
what?
No.
You want to be in the wedding?
I thought
Jimmy?
we were gonna be your.
You want to be in the groom's party?
I mean,
that would be a classic picture.
Dude, I'll go to the bachelor party too. I'm very fun at bachelor
parties.
Can
we do like the Dumb and Dumber powder blue and orange ruffled tuxes?
Yeah, good way to not get invited, Jimmy. We're gonna get kicked out.
All right, guys, I gotta go. It was amazing. Good vibes. Sorry.
Good times.
Bye, cunt. Can I say that?
Sure.
Hello.
Hey, exit that shit.
What if it was just like, hey, Jimmy, this is Viagra calling you.
They're already like she's already like picking out like the most cheapest place to get the wedding done too.
Dude, it's so smart, man. You got to go watch that Adam Ruins Everything about weddings.
Yeah,
it's
she's also doing it where her sister got married at Minneapolis City Hall, which is it's a nice huge building where you can do the ceremony and the reception there. It's only like $2,000 to do it.
Dude, in my next marriage, I'm just gonna go somewhere and just sign papers.
Oh, the courthouse. That's like
Yeah.
dude. It's so like I forget who posted this article I was reading, but it was like how not millennials, but like the people. I think it is millennials. Like they're having less kids and whatever, and they're like ruining the wedding industry because the smart ones that make like a ton of money that should be buying expensive weddings are just like, yeah, we'll do a courthouse marriage. So it's like,
Right.
it's funny to like read both sides of the articles where it's like the wedding industry is thriving because it's pretty much everlasting. All these idiots are going to keep paying, but then you got like the smart people who aren't having kids that are like,
but the shit is just so expensive. It's crazy. Like there's like a surplus. Like a lot of times it's like because this is what women will do, or you know, whoever. I guess it doesn't have to be women. It's your big fucking day, the day you look forward to from when you're a little girl. Like, okay, these roses are, you know, let's not even say roses. Let's just say you wanted fucking pink gradient roses to red. Super rare rose. It's just so hard for a father to look at his daughter and say no, because those roses for, you know, six sets of a dozen are $2,500. Why the fuck would we pay $2,500 for roses? But then she's like, but it's my big day. Like, this is what I want on my day. And then the dad feels bad and he fucking buys the roses, you know? It's pathetic.
They even charge you to cut your own cake. Fuck getting a wedding cake.
oh yeah, dude. So I pulled up the source from this guy's thing that I always hype up. I swear Adam that ruins everything does not pay me, but I really hype him up. So the U.S. wedding was originally just an informal event held at a home or community event center or in like a barn, but then it like obviously turned into what it is today. And then like, so the first ever white dress, I remember this from the show, they didn't used to be wearing white, but then one of like what are they called? Like the princesses in the UK, she wore white. So then every girl was like, oh wow, that means you're fancy. So then like it became the standard to like the brides have to wear white dresses. And then like someone else rich did something else where it's like, oh, now you have to have like dinner with it. And then it just like kept morphing and morphing. It's crazy.
But it's more just like, I mean, it's one of like the biggest life event. Like people still go crazy on their damn birthdays. You know, it's a big life event to get married. And that, you know, that's obviously like, you know, such as like Christmas. We still fucking celebrate Christmas to the max because Jesus, you know. So I get the whole wedding thing, but like it's terrible for the dudes because, you know, you're with your wife. You've seen her in some bad times and stuff, but then when she goes like bridezilla and goes complete like cunt mode on her wedding day, like that's when you're just like start having your doubts.
What did I sign up
yeah
for?
It's like, oh shit, the real her's coming out, you know. So and imagine like having those doubts and you just spent a fuck ton of money, like,
and you're probably in debt for it.
Oh
Here's one for you to sleep on, Burns. Researchers from Emory University found that the more you spend on your wedding, the more likely you'll end up divorced.
Wow.
From
so keep it cheap, keep it simple, right?
Yeah, there was one more good one. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna find it real quick. There was another. It's like, it's crazy. Like there's so much stuff. I feel like we keep talking about this same thing over and over, but we're just living in this world where you have to do all these things because you have to impress people or else.
Well, like Rachel's aunt, she just had her like fourth wedding, and it wasn't just like this is like, even the husband, you know, had multiple weddings and marriages.
But you had to have another blowout. Why didn't you?
Yeah, I see nowadays. Unless I got with if me and Rachel divorced and then I got with somebody, you know, and it was their first marriage, like, okay, like that makes sense to, you know, have a wedding. But I mean, if it was like later in life too and she didn't really care, you know, I would just go sign papers. But
well, that's what, like, it's funny that because like my brother got divorced like a year ago or whatever, and like he's dating someone now or whatever, and like my mom was like telling me, is like, you know, like if they ever get married, you know, it's her first marriage, and you know, if they want to do a big wedding, we ain't paying for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys see that video I put in the Skype? Did you watch it?
Yeah, that was fucking nuts, dude.
So let's walk through and just let people know how fucking retarded people can be. So the video that I sent these guys is 3 separate videos of a friend filming a friend, 2 females filming a friend, and the girl that's on camera is hitting herself with a hammer. And the girl that's filming it is sitting there laughing the whole time. She's like hitting her arms and her legs and shit with the hammer. and just all over her. I don't know if she hit her head.
She's just trying to bruise herself up.
Yeah, so she's trying to bruise herself up to pin an abuse case on her ex-boyfriend to say he abused her. Well, let's just say, so obviously that's psycho. That's just complete fucking psycho. But let's give her like the benefit of the doubt. Like say, okay, like maybe you were verbally abused by your boyfriend, but it's really hard to fucking get that. Like maybe he truly verbally abused her and she's like, enough is enough. Like I got to make this look physical in order for him to get into trouble. Why in the fuck do you let your friend film yourself?
Right.
All the evidence, even saying like, oh, he's going to get it this time. What in the fuck is your problem? Why would you even tell it? Why would you even let anybody film it? Why would you even tell anyone?
Why would you even tell anyone?
Yeah, why would you just not do it on your own time? And now, so she's sitting here hitting herself with a fucking hammer when you could literally probably make a better, more realistic bruise by punching yourself in the arm, you know? It's just like, it just shows the stupidity. It's like, I need to hit something hard. Oh, let's go get a hammer. A hammer hits hard. I'm going to go get one. Like, it was in, like, the video just goes on and on. There's 3 of them that are each a couple minutes long, and the friend that's recording it, it's like, that's just how fucked, like, the friend that's recording it, which obviously is the person that released it and, you know, maybe not put it online, but sent it to somebody, at least, you know, even though she was, I mean, maybe she didn't think the girl was serious, and she's recording her laughing at her, being like, haha, this is funny little setup, funny little scheme, but then the girlfriend actually went along with it to try and press charges on the boyfriend. And then the fucking she's like hitting her ankles and shit. Like, all right, why would you have bruises on your ankles from some form of like, you know?
What's he doing? Getting down on his hands and knees and like punching you in the feet?
Yeah. I mean, but the girl just looks like a complete psycho. She looks like a normal, like, blonde chick, you know, with, you know, probably lots of issues.
She's got the crazy eyes though. Like,
she does have the
crazy eyes. That woman is insane.
Well, it's like the typical crazy bitch, like kind of like the slightly heavier set blonde girl. So she's blonde, you know, so she likes to have she likes to have fun and shit. But like she is like not fat. She wasn't fat at all. She was just like a little bit thicker enough like to be very self-conscious in herself and like to like be self-conscious probably her whole life that and turned her into this fucking psycho. But it's pretty crazy that and then it's all over Facebook now with millions and millions of views. It's
like remember, Kyle, the video you sent me, we built it and we were like, who is dumb enough to even send this? It was when the dude golfing like hit the head off of the like goose or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
The bird. And we talked about it like, how are you dumb enough, one, to do something that is that bad, but 2, to have someone film it, and then 3, there's 3 steps of checks here. Like, okay, you already fucked up once, then you fucked up again by filming it. Then you have the 3rd one. The biggest one is the guy you had film it puts it to anybody. Like, who posted that? Like, who in their right mind thinks like, all right, I filmed it, I'm just gonna keep it. It's like sex tapes. It's like, yeah, I filmed it. Like, cool, that's awesome. Like, oh wow, it leaked. Like, what do you think was gonna happen? Like,
so that's like your prep, like, you know, so like I've messed around with like a camera and stuff before, like taking pictures, like, you know, during like a long time ago. So, or even just like videos or whatever. But then it's not like right after you nut and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta delete this. It's like it's just like when you're watching porn or something, you fucking nut and you're like, oh god, exit out of this shit as fast as I can because that's disgusting. But that's how it should be. So if I fucking just use my golf club to decapitate a goose and I looked at it, I'm like, god damn, this is kind of fucked up. I better just like delete that and feel guilty about that. But they fucking post it.
There's so many triggers that you would just hope with the way the human brain works that would go off, like red flag 1, red flag 2, red flag 3.
Humans just are not rational at all.
Like this one falls right into that same line of like, okay, after I did the dumb thing, after I had my friend film it, after I went back and probably watched it back and now have bruises, like, it probably wasn't a good idea. Let's delete the evidence.
Yeah.
So if I do this stupid thing I'm trying to do, which is frame my boyfriend, I don't have evidence proving that I did it myself. Nah, let's just share it.
Yeah.
And then there was another one. I don't think you might have seen it, Kyle. It was a while ago. Burns probably has. I went to look for it. Barstool posted it. it was this girl, and she's just like, the video starts with this guy like, stop, just stop, and she's like just keying this dude's car while it's running and then like a parking lot, and she's parked in front of it, and then he's like, just stop, let me go, and then she's like, you like this? I'm like,
yeah, she's like super scary.
Her
like,
face is Kyle's stereotype of the blonde like crazy eyes is this girl to a T. She's just like, did you like that?
Yeah.
Are you okay with it? I would try and find it, but Barstool posts like 70 videos a day.
No, I saw that one. But there's also like I posted last week on the Dude Comedy page. So a dude, they were like junior high kids, and the kid that hit him in the car got 25 to life for attempted murder. But
oh, he really did? The one that
posted?
Birds,
yeah.
Have you seen that one?
No, I don't think so.
I'll put it up right here.
It starts with just like a guy and a girl in a car, and the girl's filming, and he's like, oh, get this, and he sees the kids in the middle of the road, and a dude owed him like $10 for a drug deal.
Can I just play it like this? I don't want to send it to you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play it here.
I'll tell you if it looks good. You got your sound on?
Put him on the main screen.
Oh no, there it goes.
Can you put him on the main screen?
Yeah, I can do that. I just thought about that.
So,
well, I mean, can you like, if you're gonna hold your phone up, can you be like your camera be in the middle?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's see. Right, I got. Hold on. Let me fix this. Is there sound?
Yeah, it's going, but my mic's here.
There we go.
Oh, I gotcha.
Boy.
Fuck him.
Oh my god.
He hit him with his car. Play that again.
Is it recording? Oh my god. Oh my god. Boy.
Just a
What
idiot.
happened to the kid that got hit?
Minor injuries, nothing serious. But the dude, so basically, he told at the beginning, he's like, "Are you recording?" And he's like, "Yeah." So it was over like a $10 drug, like it was a small amount of money for some drug deal.
Yeah.
And he just fucking blasts him in the car. The dude that he hit is the guy that like owed him money or something. But he got like 25 to life. The girl, could have easily deleted the footage for her boyfriend, but I mean that's basically what, I don't know if that was a process.
Did it tell you in the article or whatever, did it tell you like how it was released? Did she feel guilty enough to release it or post it somewhere?
Yeah, maybe she was smart enough to know that.
I don't know what it's called. Kyle found it.
It was
if you can have a location, is there a location?
Kid gets life hitting. Just put like kid hit with car life. It should be recent and come up. But he just fucking blasted him. Luckily, he went over the car rather than under. But
dude, it's like hard.
I think he got 25 to life for attempted murder.
Oh, I found just the video. This doesn't have the.
Yeah. So I put that on the Dude Comedy page, and I'm always on the Dude Comedy Instagram. I'm always promoting my personal Instagram.
I can't find this article.
I'm looking too.
Well, it's just put like attempted murder run over, and it should pop up. Let's see. Maybe I can find it and link it.
Oh, here it is. Brent, I got it right here. It's on. I got it on Reddit and then USA News.
Can you link it to me?
Yeah, I am right now.
Do it in the Skype.
Kyle, good job on that. That's literally what I typed in and it popped up.
Yeah, I'm a Google master. I fucking hack shit.
Here's the Reddit one too. All right, you got it, Burns?
Yeah, I got it pulled up.
So everyone listening, if you're an audio listener, let's give a little quick background. Really quick. Guy and his girl in the car hit a kid, filmed the whole thing. Now Burns is going to update us on the article that we just got here.
Hit us.
Oh, he might be reading it first, and then he's going to hit us up with it. So it was in Maryland. Teen convicted over running over fellow high school student has been sentenced to 25 years in prison. He was 17 years old. He was charged as an adult with attempted murder. In November, the 16-year-old victim was targeted for allegedly stealing marijuana from the friend's house. Definitely has his name here because it's the right one, because his girlfriend was like, Nick. Victim survived. Part of the reason why he got such a harsh thing is because it was filmed. He intentionally sped, and he was heard uttering a diverse comment lacking concern for the victim's welfare. So the video literally marked
the end part of the video that was like, fucking bitch or whatever.
The 18-year-old's attorney disputed. Imagine having to be like the attorney to try and like say like, hey, he didn't mean to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
if that's what his client wants him to say, he has to say it, you know?
You know, it says in a statement, oh wait, no, where'd it go?
So just think about all the stuff you just said that were tacked on for charges, basically, in extending the charges because they fucking filmed it. They filmed themselves.
He literally says, ready? Are you recording?
Yeah. Like, that's the world we're living in, where you don't really think about what happens when you hit somebody with a fucking car. He's lucky that the kid did not die.
This person made a good point in the comments. He said, I mean, anyone planning a hit and run their own car is an idiot. You can't assume that they're smart enough to think about what if we get caught. And that was based off the first one's like, why are we recording? This one said, not only that, but now he needs a new windshield. How much weed does someone have to steal for you to be an idiot and hit somebody over through windshield?
Yeah, it probably dented the car, like dented the hood. That probably cost way more than the windshield.
I like this point. His sentence is longer than he's been alive for.
Oh. Yeah, crazy.
God, imagine how, like, I've never done I've done a lot of stupid things. I've never, like, done anything that I just had no regard for, like, the legal ramifications. Like, you know, it's like just, actually, let's take, for instance, like, Abel. Look at this, is coming back full circle. He was just curious. Like, I get it. A little kid does not know what's going to happen when you throw something at a TV. You know, like, he didn't think about the thought process, like, that this TV could break, you know? So I give him that, but that's a fucking 5-year-old kid. Like, this person had to have known that they could kill this person by hitting them with a car, and they didn't give a fuck about they just wanted, they thought it was making it right. Like, get out of the car and beat the dude's ass. You know why? Because you're not going to go into, unless you almost beat that kid to death, like, you're not going to get in trouble for beating somebody's ass for stealing your weed, you know?
I got a update on the kid. It said that the first article said, hey, all the outcome I see is he survived. Is he paralyzed or something? And then here's this is from another article, like, source. It says that the Danley, which is the victim's knee, hit the windshield of the car, and skin was ripped off his arm, exposing his tendons. He has a hairline fracture on his femur and was flown to shock trauma. Danley may be home, but he's in lots of pain. His mother says that she thinks he'll miss school for at least a week.
Oh, no.
But, like,
no.
That is crazy.
I mean, I'm sure that kid is also a piece of shit, but...
Oh, there's his picture, his mugshot.
Yeah.
He looks like a piece of shit.
No, I'm saying, both of them are probably pieces of shit. I'm sure the kid he was walking with is a piece of shit. I'm sure the girlfriend's a piece of shit. They're all just pieces of shit, and they breed piece of shit stuff.
It's just crazy. Again, like, all right, I'm going to, just to prove this point even more of how stupid they are, right? It's down a street in Maryland. With the way that people have, like, doorbell cameras and security cameras and stuff, even if you're not filming, but you're going down a public street in your car, the odds are where you hit this kid, at some point your car is getting picked up on some camera. And also the fact that you have a cracked windshield now, like, what a stupid idiot, man.
Yes, but think about it this way. Say they didn't film it themselves. Say no other camera saw or filmed this action, which it doesn't look like anybody did. If he hit this kid and, you know, he still gets in trouble, if the girlfriend doesn't record it like that, he probably doesn't even go to jail or anything. Because he could say, shit, it was an accident. I didn't see him. There's nothing. I mean, the girlfriend will also say the same story. And he probably would have gotten some form of trouble for like a hit and run or something like that, which you could probably go to jail for that. But at the same time, it probably would not have been attempted murder, because the kid that stole his weed wouldn't be like, well, fuck, I stole his weed and he's coming to get me. Like, I'm sure that it would have kind of been more like swept under the rug, like a lot of things that happen when you don't get filmed. Like Ray Rice, he'd still be playing in the NFL if that wasn't filmed in the elevator.
100%. This is a really funny, just to tie a bow on this whole thing and just move on to something more happy. It says plot twist. Nick wasn't driving. Passenger and accomplice driving were framing him. So they're saying that Nick wasn't even in the car. It was just the different.
They're actually saying that?
It's like a joke.
Oh, just a fake. I gotcha. But yeah, man, fucking idiots, straight fucking idiots.
It just feels like we're almost like a broken record at this point, rehashing the same things we've talked about 50 times of just idiots. But I mean, that's what the news is. That's just what people are just getting dumber and dumber and doing more dumb things. Hitting yourself with a hammer, it should be a sign. Like when you pick up that hammer the first time and go to strike your body, like doesn't something in your brain be like, this isn't smart?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And what's the most pathetic thing is, like, if she wouldn't have filmed the shit, the dude probably would have gotten in trouble. And that's like,
it's like people just do things without thinking. Like, take a minute to just calm yourself down.
Yeah,
I bet you half of the altercations that happen if you just took.
Like, have you ever been like so upset about something that you like thinking like, I should do this or whatever, and then you go to bed and you wake up in the morning like, yeah, never mind, it's stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, I could think of stuff that I've done when I'm like drunk. Like one time, we talked about the story before at Gonzo's. I literally got cut off when I wasn't drinking. Like everybody else was one of the nights where I was drinking, but barely. Like I wasn't the DD or anything, but I got cut off. And the dude that owned the place came and told our blacked out friend. He told our blacked out friend that, hey, your buddy's cut off. He doesn't even remember him telling that because he was fucking blacked out. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm not really like drinking, yada, yada, yada. And so we get back to Colby's house. And I thought it was a great idea at the moment to call and say, is this whatever? And he's like, and it's the dude that booted me. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you're a fucking faggot, and hung up. Now I probably could have legally got in trouble for doing that.
Harassment.
But I mean, and I didn't even mean faggot in the sense of like, you're gay. Like you're just like an ultra, complete douchebag is what faggot means to me. I've never once called a gay person a faggot, because that's not what it meant to me. In my culture, it doesn't mean that, But I did feel kind of guilty for doing that. Not because I gave a shit what he thought, but I'm just like, man, that was really super immature, because it literally was going to accomplish nothing. You know, like maybe I should have went back the next day and been like, what's the issue, man? I got to figure this out, because you're always fucking doing weird shit, when I'm here at all, and I should have done it the more appropriate way. But at the time, it seemed like an amazing way to deal with it.
It was funny. I laughed for a while after you did it. I mean, I'm not the best influence when I was just giggling.
Yeah, I think his name was Alan. I was like, is Alan there? He's like, yeah. He's all cheerful. Yeah, what's up? Like, you're a fucking faggot. Click.
But there's things like they're like, to go off Burns' point about taking a step back. I don't remember the exact story, so I'm not gonna like mention the place to get called out on it. But so my roommate in college's girlfriend was at a party. It was actually where her ex-boyfriend lived and everything like that. And this is in Ellensburg, and the story goes it was just a typical college type party where they're kicking people out, and people were getting hostile and this and that, whatever. And one of the dudes who was like 19 or 20, like a younger kid, again, I don't remember the exact details, I just remember it being fucked up. He was like, F you guys, to like the guy living there. And the guy living there went upstairs, grabbed a gun, and shot the dude in the chest, killed him. Now he's probably in jail for the rest of his life.
Wait,
and all he was doing,
this is at Central?
Yeah. And all the dude was doing, like, the whole thing happened because like the cops came and were like, hey, everyone's got to go. and people like were leaving the party. You know what I mean? And it was just like an altercation from drunk people leaving a drunk party, and the guy was like obviously hammered, went upstairs and was like, "Oh yeah, you leave," and shot him and killed him.
Jeez.
And like went to jail. I'm pretty sure he's in jail for life. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, he
like
probably should
like
be.
off
That was
Burns'
while we were there.
Yeah, so it was John's girlfriend at the time's ex-boyfriend who did it. Let me look
And
it
he
up.
just fucking walked up and came down and shot him in the chest.
Yeah, in front of all these people, you know, and it's just right on Burns's point. Like, if he would have waited 10 minutes, everyone is gone. And the whole situation escalated itself.
That's
you don't
just
even have
rage issues, man. That's
you don't
crazy.
even have to. And that's like, I bet you there's so many assaults that happen that way. There's other shootings that happen that way. It's just like, if you just waited 10 minutes for it to de-escalate itself, you're probably not in jail the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna look it up while you guys talk about something else. Central Washington.
How deep we into this? I got shit I gotta do. 45 minutes. I'm still in the process of switching my whole bank over, and my old bank hasn't sent me any of the checks. So if I didn't go and get money out of my business account, I would have been just complete. Well, I guess I didn't even say it on the show. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Did we talk about it?
Dude, I think you told Burns off the show.
Whoopsies. Yeah, basically the people I bank with, U.S. Bank, I've had an account for 10 years. I woke up one day and all the accounts were shut down and my whole profile was terminated, and they couldn't tell me why. Probably just for being such a big fucking dick baller. Ooh, speaking of big dick baller, you see Drake's thing? Gosh, man, as much as I love Drake, he's got to go and do something fucking stupid like that.
What do you do now?
So he was at the casino in Canada, and they have really strict gambling laws in Canada, apparently. He got denied to gamble, and he claimed it was racial profiling.
Oh, jeez. Let's flip on the whole opposite side. You guys see the Justin Bieber's car broke down in the hood?
Yeah, I saw that. That was weird to me. Like, I feel like he was there for drugs or something.
Well, it's a weird situation because you're like, why were you down there in the first place? But then, like, all of his bodyguards and stuff are with him too.
Yeah.
So it was like it was really cool. But I'm with you, Kyle. Like, the part of me is also like, why the fuck is Justin? But that being said,
but he was acting weird to me too.
He doesn't need to go to the hood to get drugs. He's rich enough that drugs come to him.
But it probably wasn't. They say it's the hood, but it, you know, and because the black dudes in the video were saying it was the hood, but was it really the hood? You know?
Yeah.
What I mean, was it just outside of some? Who fucking knows? You know? I mean, we got people here in Washington that say they're from the hood. Well, there's no fucking hood in Washington. You know? I mean, maybe
but
there is.
Can't though, man.
Yeah, there's no.
Every place has a hood. I mean, that's just like Burns probably has the areas that he avoids where there's just sketchy people.
Yeah, and also like when people say the hood now, like Compton probably is not that scary. You know, like there really isn't, like.
Except for Chicago. Well, Chicago's definitely.
Yeah, we'll say Chicago is 100%. You know, the bad areas are the fucking hood. But, like, it's not like if I went and drove through Compton, or let alone even walk through Compton, it's not like people would be like, what the fuck you doing, white boy? You know, like, I really doubt. I mean, yeah, I'm sure people exaggerate.
Sounds like an experiment that you need to try out.
Well, I remember, like, when they used to do those Ock TVs, like, pranks in the hood, and they'd be like, stepping on black guys' Jordans in the hood, and it's like.
Oh, in the hood pranks are the worst, dude.
It's like, dude, you're just on the like, I can go to Seattle and say
my favorite one was when that one guy was like watch what happens when black people stomp on a car with Trump stickers on it, and like some dude up in his apartment was like filming it, and it was like all coordinated. He like paid him to do it.
Dude, that's all most
Joey
of those
Salads.
dudes.
That was Joey
Salads, like they all get, and then they try and that's when I like. I'm okay with like Joey Salads making up videos and doing all this stuff, but when you fucking double down like a FouseyTube type thing and double down and say, no, this is real, like we're just like the one I saw with Joey Salads that really fucking pissed me off is there's a dude.
It's the kid
like,
one.
They tried to make it serious. Yeah, he was sat next to two kids at like a bus station, and they're like, oh, he's like, oh, look at that Arab over there, and like the two kids are like, yeah, let's go beat his ass, and they're just like. It's completely unrealistic like versions of real life.
Right.
That fucking shit probably has never happened ever.
Right? Can you imagine? Like, there's no way you go sit down on a bus stop and be like, "Hey kids, look at that Arab over there. We should go beat him up." They're gonna look at you and be like, "Why?"
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I don't. That's why, I mean, I'm not even gonna say I don't like Joey Styles, but his videos are just like. But the thing is, people fucking think it's real, and that's the thing. Like
that's the problem.
They can't, one, look at a situation and be like, that is not real. That would not happen. Two, they can't tell that it's super terrible acting, and then they just roll with it and act like it's real fucking life. It's kind of like I guess like news stations in general, you know, like. Not that they're like acting or making up situations, but they, you know, pick and choose certain situations to get a reaction out of people or to say like, well, look at this. It's actually like all the goddamn political commercials that you literally can't get away from. It is ridiculous.
I can't even watch TV, dude.
It's
over tomorrow, finally.
Fucking ridiculous how insane that these commercials, they don't say, like, they don't be like, hey, like, I, you know, like this. It's nothing but negative stuff about the other candidate.
They're like, this person will destroy your livelihood.
Yeah, and
he will literally kill your family if you vote for him. Like, dude, Dino Rossi is not a good guy.
Yeah, and it's like, it's to me, you know, when you look at all of, like, this political stuff, like, isn't there some like even ground or like ground, like people they act just like they're like complete opposite and like. Right. Can't we just like agree on trying to like make everything better? Like it's fucking it's exhausting seeing this shit.
You can do but I feel like the thing with the political ones, I think I tweeted it, but I had like a grammar error, so I deleted it. So what we do with YouTube downstairs is like we'll turn on the Sesame Street playlist because I don't have cable anymore. I just like do YouTube and streaming and stuff. So it will like the Sesame Street playlist is like 3 to 4 minute clips from like the episodes. You let them run. But now they like do targeting on even the TV ads, which is just, they're brutal because my daughter doesn't know how to skip an ad. So sometimes I'll be like in the kitchen making lunch or something. And I just hear like, Dino Rossi's a bad guy. I'm like,
dude, here's
he's paying to like target she's not even 1 year old. This poor guy's shelling out millions of dollars, probably going to lose the election to try and scare my daughter that he's
this is my the best one I saw for like the Minnesota has both of our senators are up for a re-election or whatever, and one of our senators has like an 80% approval rating in the state, so it's like she just never loses, and her opponent's closing ad for his, this is his ad. Okay, so you know, like people have like lawn signs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like lawn signs with the name of the candidate or whatever. So this guy did a final ad on Twitter. He said he was like, Amy Klobuchar is part of the mob. Vote for me today and stop the mob. And then he lights his own lawn sign on fire.
Oh my god!
He pours gasoline on his own sign and lights it on fire. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Jesus Christ!
It's like and again, like I'm no expert, but I definitely have more internet experience than a lot of people. And I feel like if you went and sat at one of these like political social media, like, okay, how are we gonna do it? This like, how are we gonna market on there? I feel like you would blow your brains out. Like it's probably so.
Bad. What's like so crazy is like these people like have to work with each other, right? And they're probably quite pleasant with each other when they're working with each other, but like when it's campaign, it's like fuck this guy.
Yeah,
ruin everything. Yeah.
But it's been going on for so long. They're probably just like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, hey, nice jab in that fucking NFL
they
commercial.
Walk across each other in the hallways in Washington, like, hey, good ad, man. That was a sock, man. I'm gonna get you.
You really hit me hard there, dude.
Hit me hard there. I'm gonna get you next time.
Yeah, you little bitch. Oh, way to attack my family in that one, dude. My personal life and sending dick pics.
Yeah.
It's also weird too, so the demo that they're going for, I feel like is already just so predetermined, like I vote red or blue already, you know?
People treat it like a sports game, so.
And I feel like that's like the thing now is it's like a competition and it just keeps raising the stakes to where like, oh, I got dirt. And then the dirt like comes out. It's like back in 2007, he made a bunch of money off foreclosures. Don't trust this guy with your money. It's like, obviously he knows what he's doing with his money. He made a bunch of money. Like I trust him. It's like, and then they immediately hit back with our other person who is like
Back when Dina was making money, she was volunteering at children's doctors.
But then you look her up, and it's like she also made $180,000 that year. So it's like,
Yeah,
volunteering my ass, dude.
it's just, but they just prey on the stupidity of people.
That's what they prey. Like people are like afraid, like that. Like people call them like that. What is it? Like the caravan of like immigrants, like trying to get away from like violence in their country or whatever. Like here, it's like over 1,000 people like trying to like take asylum in the U.S. or in Mexico. The van is like seriously like 1,500 miles away from the border, and people are like, "We must
Stop the invasion.
Yeah, they're knocking on our doors.
Like basically what's gonna happen is that like I looked it up. It was like it's international law that if like Mexico offers them asylum and they decline it to try to come here, is that we can just send them on their way. So people are like, this is going to be an invasion of our country. No, they're gonna come here. They're gonna state their case to the judge, and they're gonna get sent away. It's basically what's gonna happen. Like, what are you fucking afraid of?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Put me down like a sick dog.
That's a good line to end the show on.
Yeah. What are we gonna call this show?
Put me down like a sick dog.
No Nut November.
Let's do
Yeah,
something
no,
to do
not
with something to do with the girl hitting herself with the hammer. Because I'm gonna ask Colby over here. Will you make a thumbnail with the woman hitting herself with the hammer?
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
the
maybe filming yourself hitting yourself with a hammer is not smart. I also got to do a quick.
Or you could just call it, why did they videotape this?
Yeah, there you go. There you
Okay.
Just I know it was something cool, but it was something depressing and how I'm so obsessed with fantasy football. Second highest scorer in my league, up by whatever point, 20 something points. Michael Thomas scores that touchdown. Now it's a 13-point game. Rob Gronkowski ruled out literally right after the Michael Thomas touchdown. Only tight end I can pick up is some sucker. I got going against James White. I'm holding off the entire game. I'm still winning. They do the throwback to James White on a play that is illegal. He gets all the way down there, and I lose on that bullshit touchdown, man. I was so sad all
Wait,
night.
what play was illegal?
So when you throw that, the linemen are allowed to run, but they can't touch anybody since technically it was a backwards pass, so it's a rush.
Oh.
That's what they were saying. I mean, I didn't know that. Either way, like it wouldn't have mattered because he scores the touchdown down there, and you can say that about anything. Like,
Yeah.
But it was funny because the commentators like, and look how good this play's designed. Like they don't go down there and block anybody. Literally, as a guy blocks somebody, he's like, oh.
I don't get why the dude in the Packers game got ejected for an open hand slap. But the commentators are fucking retarded. They literally
the main ones are the worst. Those two, and then Aikman and Buck are the worst.
Well, they were watching the game. So this offensive lineman for the Patriots, the play was over. He fucking grabs the dude. He pushes him and just as hard as he could pushed him. And the dude just turned around and like open hand slapped him, and he got ejected. But I thought it had to be like a punch.
Well, Devontae Adams later in the game throws a technical term of a closed fist, like to get the guy off him. He throws a closed fist and hits him in the head. He didn't get ejected.
Whatever.
I just think it's stupid that the NFL has a million bazillion cameras and they waste our time with so many challenges that we can sit on the couch and be like, that's very clear you're wasting our time.
Well,
like,
the one in the Seahawks game, 100%, he stepped out of bounds on the touchdown.
Yeah. And then it's like, but you're gonna throw this guy out. You go and you're gonna you can't take the minute to be like, oh, maybe we shouldn't throw this guy out of the game. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna challenge one thing, make it right. Like we're already wasting time doing stupid challenges. A lot of the time, I can sit there and be like, bad challenge, good challenge. Don't throw a guy out over that. Like that's just dumb. I'm not for either team. Just like in general.
I'm gonna get it right. Suck a fart out of someone's ass. Have a good day.
I'll make that thumbnail. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
All right. Don't put Jimmy in it.
No, I thought I was doing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah, make it with the hammer girl. I'm gonna figure out a good title because I want people to know like girl abuses herself, hammer, fucking fake shit.
Will you send me like just a screenshot of us? I'm gonna put us in the corner, like top right.
Oh, okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.